The University of the West Indies, activist at 75, driver of 7.5 decades of Caribbean development, host to multi-generational intellectual service to its people, designed and dedicated to detaching them from the colonial scaffold, patron to regional integration, partner in the political democracy and sovereignty agendas, promoter of cultural identity and social multiracialism, gender equality and women's liberation, and advocate of indigenous economic development and broad-based sustainable post-colonial transformation. 7.5 decades of effective teaching and research in support of nation building. Creator of conscious citizens, architects of their existential arrangements, the University of the West Indies, deeply rooted in Caribbean civilization, prepared for 21st century service and rapidly rising as a first-class global institution. At 75, its reputation has never been higher, its global visibility has never been greater. Ranked in the top 1.5% of the world's finest 30,000 universities, it is on top of its game, number one in the region, and holding its head high with success. Dignified in its decades of struggle, these outstanding achievements are the results of an unwavering activist commitment to finding solutions to the region's challenges: social equality, economic development, democratic political reform, climate change, public health, sustainable energy, reparatory justice, and many other needs. It is an academy that has been persistent in its search of social upliftment, partnering with indigenous institutions, CARICOM, Caribbean Development Bank, Caribbean Examinations Council, and many others. It has produced and honed the region's finest leaders, from the longest-serving senior statesman, Dr. the Honorable Ralph Gonsalves, to the youngest and most recently elected, the Honorable Dickon Mitchell. It has benefited from the wisdom and vision of non-alumni leaders such as the Honorable Mia Motley, whose call for a new global economic order resonates in the corridors of its classrooms. As an activist university, it was selected in 2019 by the International Association of Universities to lead the Global University Consortium on Sustainable Development Goal 13, Climate Action, in recognition of its decade of distinguished research on climate change. In this role, it received commendation from the Intergovernment Panel on Climate Change in the 6th Assessment Report. It is now recognized as the lead producer of research on small island developing states. Also, as an activist university, it has produced the leadership to build out an association of Caribbean universities, an organization of over 50 universities across the language terrain, unifying the higher education landscape of the Caribbean and driving the regional integration process. Rising to the challenge of COVID-19 management, the UWI mobilized its community of virologists, microbiologists, and epidemiologists to work with the health sector and governments to save lives. With sleeves rolled up, UWI scientists made their societies proud in their effective service. The leading research academy in the region, globally competitive, and ranked as excellent in the generation of new and relevant knowledge, center of gravity of the region's research culture, and host to its finest community of creative writers and artists. The soul and spiritual beat of the civilization. Today, the university sits at the pinnacle of the global reparations movement, seeking justice and a new development paradigm for the region. The world is on the cusp of a major structural transition driven by reparatory justice, an inspired development by CARICOM that calls upon the university to play its part. The university has proclaimed its intention to position itself as the epicenter of digital transformation for the region, building out the capacity for a knowledge economy that is rooted in digital science and propelled by corresponding technologies. The UWI at 75, energized for the future and focused on the region's needs at 2050. A public university sustained by the financial and policy support of regional governments, always seeking to assure them of the positive outcomes of their investments. The UWI, 5 campuses hosting 50,000 students, erupting over 75 years. The region's greatest gift to itself, an excellent ethical university steeped in the struggles of its people and driven by their finest imaginings. Consolidating the past, the UWI now looks deeply into the future, focusing on claiming and owning that dignified place called the Caribbean world, sophisticated, sovereign, and sustainable.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand.
Please be seated. Welcome to the 2023 graduation exercise for the Faculties of Engineering and Law at the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine. Minister of Housing and Urban Development, the Honorable Mrs. Camille Robinson-Regis, Vice-Chancellor, Professor Hilary Beckles, Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Campus Principal, Professor Rose-Marie Bell-Antoine, other distinguished members of the Platform Party, the Valedictorian, Mr. Lane Amichan, faculty and staff of the UWI St. Augustine campus, specially invited guests, especially the graduating class of 2023, family, friends, and well-wishers, members of the media. My heartiest congratulations to each and every one of you. You have worked hard to complete your programs. And today, we are absolutely delighted to be celebrating with you your accomplishments. You may know that this is one of 14 graduation ceremonies that is taking place across the UWI system. In 1953, 70 years ago, 11 graduates from the Faculty of Natural Sciences were presented for graduation to the then principal of Mona campus, Dr. Walter Grave. At the ceremonies this year, more than 9,000 graduates will be presented across 14 ceremonies. This is an impressive demonstration of the intellectual achievements across all age groups and disciplines at bachelor's, master's, and doctoral levels. And I am so very proud of each and every one of you. You are now among more than 250,000 UWI alumni who serve globally across all disciplines and in all spheres of operations. A former vice-chancellor used to make the point that if all UWI alumni in the Caribbean stayed away for one day, all of the governments and the civil society organizations, as well as the businesses, would not be able to function. You, our graduates, are our most significant and visible contribution to the development at the national, regional, and international levels. This year, the University of the West Indies is celebrating 75 years of service to the region. Since 1948, the UWI has worked on affirming its position as the premier institution of higher learning in the English-speaking Caribbean. It is acknowledged as a regional institution and has been making significant strides on the global stage, particularly in the areas of biodiversity, climate change, and reparations. UWI faculty members have been making distinguished contributions in these and other areas, and in doing so, they are bringing a claim to your university. Graduates, most of you began your programs at the height of the COVID-19 restrictions, and some of you before that. Some of you may have completed your programs entirely online, some in a blended mode. Whatever was your experience, I trust that in addition to completing your academic studies, you were able to form strong friendships among those who were in class with you. These friendships will serve you well for the rest of your lives. The thread that connects us as the English-speaking Caribbean are the graduates of the University of the West Indies. You will be able to go to any CARICOM country and find numerous graduates, some of which would have attended St. Augustine, who would welcome you with open arms, knowing that their experience and yours was similar. As we celebrate today, I am sure that you are reflecting on what the future holds for you. Indeed, all of us are. Several trends are impacting how we consider the future. Progress in technology has been moving rapidly in the last few decades. Globalization has been impacted by information and communication technology. In the space of time that you completed your programs, technology has advanced immensely. Reflecting on the quote, "Never let a good crisis go to waste," the pandemic forced many of us who had been unwilling in the past to embrace technology. Whether you were a digital native, as I'm sure all of you are, or an immigrant, as I was, we all Zoomed for many hours starting in 2020, and we still continue to do that today. The reality is that these amazing developments in technology, artificial intelligence, virtual and augmented reality, have caused the world to shrink to the devices that we can carry around in our pockets. Information technology has made the entire world so much more accessible to us. With digital boundaries disappearing, globalization has become real. These rapid changes in technology create huge opportunities for those of us who are willing to unshackle ourselves from the past. These islands of the Caribbean, with their small populations and limited land space, no longer need be a limiting factor for our dreams and ambitions. Those of you who are willing to dream have every reason to realize these dreams in this new unlimited age. Whatever you do in the future, I ask that it be impactful and with commitment to advance not only your own personal interests, but those of the wider community. You must be kind to yourself. We often forget the importance of taking care of our own health. In today's operating environment, mental health is as critical as physical well-being. In the event that you need help, you must be confident to reach out for it. And those of you that see colleagues and friends in need of help, it is important that you reach out to them. I ask you that you give back to your alma mater. There are so many ways in which you can do this. You can mentor students, serve as adjunct faculty, or technical advisors in your field. There are multiple ways and opportunities to contribute to ensuring that the work and reputation of the University of the West Indies, which has given you so much, remains at a high level. Wherever you go, the alumni office will be reaching out to you. I hope that you will keep connected with your alma mater. This leg of your academic journey is done. Go forth and continue to shine. My warmest congratulations to each and every one of you. We are met here today in order that we may mark by a formal ceremony the entry of certain of our members into the company of graduates and the academic achievement of others. As a university, we are an academic society of undergraduates, bachelors, masters, and doctors, and we follow the academic tradition in the pursuit of knowledge and the encouragement of learning. Purposes which are laid down in the preamble to the Royal Charter, by which we have been granted the powers needful for the prosecution of our affairs. In pursuing these aims, our members advance from time to time to a higher level standing in the academic community, and it is proper that as a body, we should celebrate their achievement. It is marked by the granting of a degree, diploma, or license, or certificate, and we rejoice with our graduates on their advancement.
Chancellor, I now ask the public orator, Dr. Suzanne Burke, to present Baroness Floella Karen Eunice Benjamin, whom the Senate and the Council of the University have been pleased to recommend for the award of the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Chancellor, like so many of the Windrush generation, Floella Benjamin left her home in Trinidad and Tobago for the mother country, England, with big dreams of success. In making the journey in 1960, she held firm to those aspirations as her birthright, just like any other British citizen. But like so many others who made that journey across the ocean, this 10-year-old soon discovered a deep chasm between those lofty ambitions and her everyday reality, where, in the words of Bob Marley, she was fighting on arrival, fighting for survival. That experience stood in stark contrast to her beginnings in Marabella, South Trinidad, where she learned what true freedom really felt like. Her days of running through the cane fields to get to school, climbing mango trees, and talking to the fishermen on the wharf defined her early childhood. Anchored by a strong family unit that was headed by her father, who agitated for the rights of his work peers in the oil fields, and her mother, who nurtured confidence in her 6 children, Floella Benjamin grew up with a strong belief in her abilities to own the world. Chancellor, making sense of these 2 vastly different spatial realities sharpened her penchant for noticing things, especially those things that involved injustice and inequality against children. Indeed, her difficult childhood in the UK inspired her lifelong philosophy that a childhood lasts forever. As a presenter for the BBC's Play School and Play Away, 2 iconic children's shows, she helped educate and inspire generations of British children about British history. With her signature braids and beads, her presence on mainstream television contributed to more diverse representations across the UK's media. As an author of over 30 children's books, including the celebrated 1995 novel, Coming to England, which chronicled her own story of becoming, Floella Benjamin has consistently highlighted the inherent dignity of every child. Her extensive charity work and numerous policy-making positions in a variety of fields, including education, gender, and business, also reflect and embody her commitment to equity and inclusion for all. The breadth of her community service has made her one of the most awarded and celebrated daughters of Caribbean ancestry in the UK. These include her elevation to the peerage in 2010, damehood in 2020, and the recipient of the Order of Merit in 2022. Floella Benjamin's acute sense of observation is also discernible in her celebrated career as a performing artist. Indeed, without the benefit of a formal training, her gift of examining an art form, identifying its core techniques and technologies, and then making them her own is evident by her mastery of multiple creative disciplines, including acting, singing, and radio broadcasting. She has acted in over 30 movies and in 20 plays, and served as a narrator for several orchestral productions. Her contributions to the arts earned her an OBE in 2001 and a Lifetime BAFTA Award in 2004. Chancellor, for her ability to call our attention to social injustice, gender inequality, and the rights of the child. We honor her trailblazing work in the service of ordinary citizens. For shining a light on the contributions of Caribbean people to the UK, we celebrate her commitment to highlighting our experiences with the clarity and power of the best storytellers. Chancellor, for being a beacon of courage through her consistent achievement of excellence in the arts and her acuity in public life, I present Baroness Floella Karen Eunice Benjamin, and ask that by the authority vested in you by the Council and Senate of the University of the West Indies, you confer on her the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me by the Senate and Council of the University of the West Indies, I now confer upon Baroness Benjamin the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Regrettably, Baroness Benjamin cannot be with us this evening, so we will now have a pre-recorded message from her.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Public Orator Dr. Burr, thank you for preparing my citation. Members of the university, parents, family, and friends, and graduates. I am absolutely delighted to be sharing this joyful celebration with you all. I'm thrilled to be receiving my honorary degree. I have received several honorary degrees, but this one from the University of the West Indies is amongst my highest accolades, as it comes from my birthland. And to be recognized this way goes to the depth of my soul. I now feel complete, because even though I left Trinidad 63 years ago to live here in England, my heart remains rooted in the Caribbean, my spiritual home. I am a proud Caribbean woman who celebrates her roots, and I continually promote my island in the sun through my work and my many children's books, especially Coming to England, which tells them why I am part of the Windrush generation and about my intrepid journey from Trinidad. Interestingly, children here in Britain say they want to be Trinidadian and promise never to be a racist when they grow up, which makes everything I have done in my life to promote diversity and inclusion all worthwhile. I believe childhood lasts a lifetime. So the earlier we educate and empower children to be resilient, to feel worthy by showing them love, which makes them feel confident, to help them build their lives on a solid foundation, and to encourage them to be aspirational, the better that will be for society and the world. Graduates, this should be your mission in life. Everything you do must focus on the outcomes of future generations. The symbolism you see around you, the mace, the gowns, the coat of arms, must be a reminder of that, together with what you have learned from your fine university. You are guardian angels who are about to go out into the world to make a difference. Yes, you're going to go out and touch the world with the knowledge you have gained. But promise me you will use it wisely, that special gift of education. As my mum used to say, education is your passport to life. Once you got it, no one can take it away from you, Gil. You hear me? Oh, how right she was. Yes, education should be used to improve the lives of others and to help you leave this wounded, materialistic world a better place than you found it. You must protect the world and nurture it before it's too late. So remember, the choices you make will have consequences, good or bad. Not just for yourself, but for your family, who've made many, many sacrifices to get you where you are today. For society, the environment, for the world. Because you are future leaders and policy makers. And I want you to be long-term thinkers. I want you to act with morality, with integrity, honesty, and be the person others can trust. If you make mistakes, learn from them. Don't ever, ever be afraid, even when others try to put you down or manipulate you. Fear is a dangerous emotion that can damage your mental well-being and hold you back. So fight it. Believe in yourself. Stay strong. Don't give in. And to help you along your way, I want to give you a gift of what I call the philosophy of my 3 C's. I want you to remember them and pass them on by the way you conduct your life. The first C is C for consideration. To treat people with dignity, with empathy and respect, not to be judgmental. And the more privileged you are, the more consideration you need to show. The second C is C for contentment. Not to be jealous and to be envious of what others have got. Not to do anything to get where you are and where you want to be, stamping on others. Not to be consumed by consumerism, but to be satisfied with what you have at that given time. And the more contented you are, the more ready and open you are to receive what's right for you. That's a difficult C to practice, because it's human nature to want more and more and more. And the third C is C for confidence. The confidence to look in the mirror every day of your life and like the person looking back at you. The confidence to be a decent human being. The confidence to know one day a door will open and on the other side will be the rest of your life. The confidence to believe everything happens for a reason and that every disappointment is an appointment with something better. The confidence to believe the more you give and the more you love unconditionally, the more comes back to you in abundance when you least expect it. But you're going to need a 4th C to wrap up your 3 C's, and that's C for courage. The moral courage to stand up for truth, the courage to stand up for fairness and justice, the moral courage to press the reset button and to do things the ethical way as you go out and change the world for the better. So I want you to make a pledge to yourself on this important day of your life. A pledge to do the right thing with no regrets, to do it with love and passion always, to never give up, even when things are bad, to show resilience, perseverance, determination, and dedication to duty. Enjoy your life and smile. Smile, even though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you just smile. Oh, I'm smiling today because I am so happy to receive my honorary degree from the University of the West Indies. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I so wish I was there with you in person to give you all you graduates, a huge hug. But as I'm not, I'm sending virtual hugs full of joy and happiness. Keep smiling, because winners smile, and you graduates are all winners who are going to go out and change the world. Thank you.
We shall now have a musical performance by Stephen John, who is a current student of the Department of Creative and Festival Arts. This afternoon he will be performing If I Ruled the World from the musical Pickwick.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations to all of the graduates. If I rule the world, every day would be the first day of spring. Every heart will have a new song to sing, and we'd sing of the joy each morning would bring. If I rule the world, every man would be as free as a bird. Every voice would be a voice to be heard. Mark my words, we would treasure each day that occurred. For my world would be a beautiful place where we would weave such beautiful dreams, and my world would wear a smile on its face like the man in the moon has when the moon beams. If I rule the world, every man would say the world was his friend. There'd be happiness that no man could end. No, no, my friend, not if I rule the world. Every hand would be lifted high. There'd be sunshine in everyone's sky. If the day ever dawned when I rule the world.
Chancellor, the persons whose names will be called having studied in the University of the West Indies and having fulfilled the requirements of the University of the West Indies, they beg leave to be presented to you and to the Senate of the University by the representatives of their respective faculties as Bachelor of Laws or Bachelor of Science, Engineering, or Bachelor of Science, Petroleum, Geoscience, or Geomatics and Land Management, Evaluation, or certificates of this university. Sir, the Dean, Faculty of Law, Dr. Alicia Ellis Roberts.
Sir, my colleagues and I ask you to receive, as graduate members of our society, these persons present who, having fulfilled the requirements of the university, have been admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws of this university.
By the authority vested in me, I receive these persons whose names are about to be called as graduate members of our society, and I confer the first degrees of this university.
Sir, with first class honors, Tyler Alexander. Aliyah Ali. Samantha Ali. Dominique Asim. Anissa Bash. Jada Baptiste. Tyrone Baptiste. Marquita Belgrove. Danique Branco. Shamar Britton. Colette Brown. Ashley Caraballo. Kelsey Caraballo. Rondell Cato. Charlize Chandler. Rishona Cyrus. Sir, with first class honors, Crystalee Das. Shannon Das. Karina Dianorine. Kijal Diopasad. Corinne Dick. Vernell Dipchan. Sir, with first class honors, Dionise Dogan. Jamie Diokaran. Sir, with first class honors, Selini Dukaran. Ariel Edwards. Jaden Findley. Sir, with first class honors, Adrian Fitzpatrick. Monique Francis. Teresha Francis. Sir, with first class honors, Carissa Gajjahar. Amanda Garcia. Sir, with first class honors, Mariel Garcia. First class honors, Justin Gibbons. Aaliyah Goddard. Pooja Gokul. Irma Giuseppe. Adalia Gunnis. Rice Olier. Patricia Jaglal. Emily Janke. Sir with first class honors, Karina Jagawahir. First class honors, Akisha John. Michael John. Ratina Human. Dylan Kalu. Brian Karaya. Arya Khan. Nandani Lal. Sir with first class honors, Shelley Lal. Liz Ariel Lachman. Sarah Lynch. Kumari Mahabir. Skylar Mahabir. Sir with first class honors, Aliyah Mahabir Singh. With first class honors, Sushmita Maharaj. Vandana Maharaj. Tiffany Mark. Sir with first class honors, Chelsea Matura. Paul McBurney. Marlon Miller. Giovanna Millington. Sir with first class honors, Genevieve Mohammed. First class honors, Cleange Mohan. First class honors, Ricky Moses. Jordana Nanu. Kyla Nelson. Isis Oliver. Alec Payne Ramjit. Kelsey Pegas. Aditi Ragbir. Sir with first class honors, Samaya Rahman. Rihanna Rajru. Darius Ramdani. Ronaldo Ramjohn. Sir with first class honors, Ronaldo Ramkisum. Karina Ramkumar. Sir with first class honor, Shania Ramlal. Aidan Ramlogan. Nariv Ramnarayan Maharaj. Ranel Ramatar. Sir with first class honors, Sean Rampal. Nishala Rampasad. Sir with first class honors, Rani Ramsarup. Seth Ramsden. Khadija Ramsaris. Maya Ree. Aaron Rigault. Orlando Rogers. Sophia Rupnarayan. Samara Samaru. Shivani Samuel. Reese Ankar. Atalanta Shallow. Alima Singh. Vishana Singh. Soraya Singh. Not a Soraya Singh. Alicia Small. Suana Sugdeo. Mystique Stewart. Anastasia Sunilal. Narissa Toll. Victoria Victor. Sir with first class honors, Michaelia Watkins. With first class honors, Beyonce Watts. Marvin Williams. Chelsea Wilson. Alana Callender. Kirti Gajjahar. Sir with first class honors, Kyra Charles. Charisma Balsing. Vanessa Lyons. Nicholas Raphael. Priya Rambaran. Liana Lutchman. Shania Noel. Kalima Bisesar. Taisha Modeste. Atia Thomas. Emily Dewell. Caitlin Green. Nirmala Ramkisoon. Sir with first class honors, Nyla Pompey. Melanie Chance.
Sir, the representative of the Dean, Faculty of Engineering, Dr. Chris Maharaj.
Sir, my colleagues and I ask you to receive as graduate members of our society these persons present who, having fulfilled the requirements of the university, have been admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science Engineering or Bachelor of Science Petroleum Geoscience or Geomatics and Land Management Valuation, or have been awarded certificates of this university.
By the authority vested in me, I receive these persons whose names are about to be called as graduate members of our society and confer first degrees and certificates of this university.
Samia Abdal Adil. Okay. Ruth Afonso Smith. Arib Ali. Brandon Ali. Dylan Ali. Idris Ali. Jonathan Ali. Salim Ali. Ziad Ali. Marissa Ali Bridgelal, Mathos Alin, Dave Als, with first class honors, Lane Amichan, with first class honors, Michael and Dalcio, Josiah Andrews, with first class honors, Mervyn Amogan, with first class honors, Justin Balak, Tyreek Beckles, Aaron Bernard, Kyle Bansraj, Renel Bharat Singh, Nityanan Bidesi, with first class honors, Lee Bisesa, Matthew Bisoon, Shane Bonito, Sarah Budan Singh, Jason Budu, Keston Budu, with first class honors, Shannon Brown, Kobe Burke, Terrell Rodriguez, Sai Sadhu with first class honors, with first class honors, Amanda Samaru, Amrita Samaru, with first class honors, Nico Samaru, Sean Samaru, Tyrese Samuel, Bailey Swartz, Damian Sichan, with first class honors, AJ Sicharan, with first class honors, Akshay Sidat, Arjuna Sidail, Joshua Silal, Ariadne Sipasad, Dylan Sharma, Alex Unarine, with first class honors, Naila Singh, Shane Singh, Shay Singh, Kevin Smith, Christopher Sundar, Ariella Subar, Sachin Sudama, Dana Supasad, with first class honors, Alexandria Tangpoon, Isaiah Thomas, Josiah Thompson, with first class honors, Ty Tyrell, Kevon Worrell, Colin Wright, Jalise Dion Kristen Besson, Zidane Hadid, Shandell Chapman, Vidyana Sharma, Mary Pope,
I now call on the valedictorian, Mr. Lane Cameo Amchan, Bachelor of Science Engineering, Electrical and Computer Engineering with first-class honors, to deliver the valedictory address.
Minister of Housing and Urban Development, the Honorable Mrs. Camille Robinson Regis. Chancellor, Mr. Robert Bermudez. Vice Chancellor, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles. Pro-Vice Chancellor and Campus Principal, Professor Rosemary Bell Antoine. Other distinguished members of the Platform Party. Faculty and staff of the UWI St. Augustine campus. Specially invited guests, graduating class of 2023, friends, family, and well-wishers, members of the media. Today is a momentous and unforgettable day, one that will live on through pictures framed across our house walls and stories told through generations. For most of us, today marks the end of our bittersweet UWI experience. It is that time of the year when we reflect on our past, present, and future as we continue the mission to self-actualization and discovery. None of us here can say that we've undergone the traditional UE experience, not with the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic. The virus left a lasting impact on our way of learning and daily routines and denied us of direct social interaction. But rather than dwell on the negative impacts, I prefer to take this time to look at the light in the darkness through all the life lessons that we learned. There's a saying that ships don't sink because of the water around them. Ships sink because of the water that gets inside of them. Our UE experience has taught us that we must not let what's happening around us get inside of us and weigh us down. I am certain that most of us can relate to days of losing internet access while attempting quizzes, attending online classes in the midst of noise or construction, and struggling to obtain clear scans of assignments. But the pandemic did not stop us, and now we have returned to a sense of normalcy. To the lawyers amongst us, we know what it means to stand on trial and await the verdict. Our UE experience has been our trial, and the results are now out. We have passed and excelled, overcome the pandemic, and learned to adapt. Yet the road ahead is paved with uncertainty. I wish to remind everyone of the oft-repeated saying that it does not matter where you start in life, it only matters where you finish. Allow me to offer a personal account. I did not come from a family of riches. Up to 2021, I shared a room with my brother. We did all our assignments and studied for CSEC, CAPE, and UE examinations with limited space. To add to it, financial burdens had to be carried by my mom when my dad lost his job, which allowed us to attend this institution. It really was not easy for my family, but my brother and I worked diligently, and we were awarded national scholarships, which allowed us to attend this institution. Without it, I really don't know what would have happened. And this is just a little about my life. Everyone here today has their own story. Regardless of how difficult it may seem, the time for excuses is over. The time to take control of your future is now. It is time to seize the opportunities and step out into the working world. As we look ahead, I urge you to continue to do what you love and love what you do. While most of us have already decided upon our career paths, the world is still radically changing, and we are radically adapting. Each change brings new opportunities. Issues of crime, underdevelopment, and so much more continue to plague the Caribbean community. To the engineers and lawyers present, the nation needs your help to combat and rectify the sea of problems we face. I know that new chapters may feel intimidating and begs the question, are we prepared? Let me respond to this by saying that today we graduate from one of the top-ranking universities in the world. Our UE experience has fostered learning, independence, innovative thinking, adaptability, and excellence within us. We have made it this far and will continue to soar to new heights. I am making a personal plea to all graduates. I ask that you do not forget your roots and do not forget to give back to your nation. You are ready. Take pride in stepping out and representing the UWI. On behalf of the graduates of the Faculties of Engineering and Law, I extend our sincerest gratitude to our lecturers and teaching assistants for their dedication in providing us with a competent education. To the university executives and organizers of our graduation ceremony, we thank you for your efforts in making today memorable and commemorating our success. And to our parents, families, and well-wishers, We thank you for your continued support throughout our academic journey. I would personally like to give a special thanks to my mom. Mom, thank you for everything that she did. And I would suggest that everyone does the same to that one person who went the extra mile. Graduates, we would not be here today without everyone's continued support. As we move forward, carry with you all the life lessons learned. Strive for excellence and never settle for mediocrity. This is your time. Go forth and make your mark in the world. Congratulations once again to the graduating class of 2023. It was a pleasure to represent you today, and it was a pleasure to be UWI. Thank you.
Chancellor, I now ask Professor Audrey Henry Lee, Pro Vice Chancellor, Graduate Studies and Research, assisted by Professor Durasai Saravan Kumar, Director, School for Graduate Studies and Research, to present to you members of our society for the award of higher degrees of this university.
Sir, I present to you these members of our society who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been awarded postgraduate certificates, diplomas, and have been admitted to the master's degrees, and beg that you recognize their advancement in our society.
By the authority vested in me, I confer on these persons whose names are about to be called postgraduate certificates, diplomas, and master's degrees of this university and recognize their advancement in our society.
Sir, from the Faculty of Law, Cavill Campus, for Master of Laws and Executive Master of Business Administration, I present Debbie Zuman. From St. Augustine Campus, for Master of Laws, Corporate and Commercial Law, I present Jesse Geoffroy with merit. Nicholas Maharaj. Sir, for Master of Laws in Legislative Drafting, I present Justin Dwarika with distinction. Rachel Theophilus. Sir, for Master of Laws in Oil and Gas Law, I present Shrees Smith with distinction. Sir, for Master of Laws in Public Law, I present Renisha Hutchinson with merit. Sir, from the Faculty of Engineering, for Master of Applied Science in Electrical and Computer Engineering with major in Communication Systems, I present Keston Mitchell. Sir, for Master of Applied Science in Electrical and Computer Engineering with major in Energy Systems, I present Andrew Balgobin with distinction. Clarence Ramay. Sir, for Master of Applied Science in Electrical and Computer Engineering with major in Integrated Systems, I present Jonisha Louise Calbio with distinction. Sir, for Master of Science in Chemical and Process Engineering, I present Garyon Charles with distinction. Sir, with distinction, I present Akhil Rajkumar. Sir, for Master of Science in Chemical and Process Engineering with Management, I present Andre Lachman Singh with distinction. Sir, for Master of Science in Civil Engineering, I present Jade Brown. Sir, for Master of Science in Coastal Engineering and Management, I present Ingrid Shepard. Sir, for Master of Science in Construction Management, I present Andrew Chinley with distinction. Lira Jitan Ramnares. Janal Mio. Sir, with distinction, Sishal Ramjit. Anand Ramkalavan. Marsha Robinson. Sashara Samlal Singh. Chris Suknanan. Shallan Baliram. Aisha Basdio. Hemant Budai. Sir, with distinction, Caudal Brown. Sir, for Master of Science in Engineering Management, I present Andre David. Rasi Monsing. Sir, for Master of Science in Food Science and Technology, I present Aaron Augustine. Sir, with distinction, Sophia Diaspa. Sir, with distinction, Chad Lafoy. Neil Premchand with distinction. Sir, with distinction, Tajwati William. Dion Yearwood. Sir, for Master of Science in Geoinformatics, I present Brett Lucas. Stephen Mason. Devashish Ramnath. Jantonal Samuel. Brian Thomas. Sir, for Master of Science in Petroleum Engineering, I present Chelsea Briggs with distinction. Naveen Raghu. Sir, for Master of Science in Project Management, I present Aliana Ali. Kame Kafi. Sir, with distinction, Michael Fraser. Stephen Henry. Abigail Kwamina Topin. Sir, with distinction, Sanjay Rambaran. Sir, with distinction, Juliet Romeo Joseph. Nisha Suju. Sir, with distinction, Anthony Sudin. Sir, for Master of Science in Reservoir Engineering, I present Crystal Charles. Sir, for Master of Science in Urban and Regional Planning, I present Alia Duro with distinction. Walanda Pesad. Petra Morrison Murphy. Sir, for Master of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, I present Johnny Tew. Thank you.
Sir, the representative of the Dean, Faculty of Engineering, Dr. Chris Maharaj.
Sir, my colleagues and I ask you to receive as graduate members of our society these persons present who, having fulfilled the requirements of the university, have been admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science Engineering or Bachelor of Science Petroleum Geoscience or Geomatics and Land Management Valuation, or have been awarded certificates of this university.
Under the best circumstances, sometimes errors take place. A number of the graduates did not have their names called, so we're now going to call them, and they're going to come up. By the authority vested in me, I receive these persons whose names are about to be called as graduate members of our society and confer first degrees and certificates of the university.
Danelle Cardenas. Isan Shankar Singh. Sanjay Charan. Renelle Cipriani. Jaden Conliff. Adrian Daniel. Dylan Das. With first class honors, Osborne Doverne. Javed Durant. With first class honors, Jeremiah Durga. With first class honors, Sydney Duvernay. Kadeen Dyer. Raheem Elliott. Daniel Felmine. Navel Ferdinand. Che Ferraz. Bridget Francis. With first class honors, Malik Franklin. Haley Gittins. Keziah Glasgow. Adrian Gokul. Joshua Gorachan. Ariel Gordin. Daryl Gordon. Osneil Gordon. Daniel Harding. Vishala Haribajan. With first class honors, Fahad Hussain. With first class honors, Rima Hussain. Nima Huggins. Elon Ince. Ose Jackson Paris. With first class honors, Anushka Jadunanan. Kevin Jagisa. Mark Jagmohan. Charisma Janki. Stephen Jogi. Deandra Johnson. With first class honors, Riaz Jokan. Nikolai Joseph. Shanice Joseph. Nirvana Jagmohan. Kyle Katwaru. Alia Khan. Asif Khan. Michael King. Amani Leons, Michael Liverpool, Alonso Lopez, Harry Lorick, Kiran Mahabir, Omati Mahabir, Caitlin Maharaj, Danisha Maharaj, Sachin Maharaj, Shivam Maharaj, with first class honors, Siana Maharaj, Edward Martindale, Philip Medina, Daria Maya, apologies, Janair Millington, Geneva Mohammed, with first class honors, Abdul Rahman Mohammed, Michael Ashley Morrison, with first class honors, Bharat Motilal, Jayasi Ogunshe, Amisha Patandin, Rainier Philip, Jose Pillai, Ashish Puran Singh, Nikolai Powder, Jonathan Ragbir, Neil Ragbir, Wesley Raghubar, Ashton Rahim, Elida Rajak, with first class honors, Christian Rambaran, Christoph Rambaran, Emily Ramcharan, with first class honors, Mikhail Ramcharan, Arun Ramcharita, Jonathan Ramdas, Rian Ramdas Moore, Hanson Ramdat, Nick Ramdale, Karishma Ramganesh, with first class honors, Ashwin Ramkisoon, with first class honors, Vishal Ramlogan, Joshua Rampasad, Rajendra Rampasad, Shane Rampasad, Timothy Rampasad, Avron Ramrup, Khalil Ramsarup, Sarah Ramsingh, with first class honors, Avinash Ratan,
Sir, I present to you these members of our society who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, and beg that you recognize their advancement in our society.
By the authority vested in me, I confer on these persons whose names are about to be called the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of this university and recognize their advancement in our society.
Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, Damian Alexander. Aaron Chedi with high commendation. Doctor of Philosophy in Food Science and Technology, Wayne Joseph. Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, Goldie Davis. Doctor of Philosophy in Petroleum Geoscience, Eliza Ali. Doctor of Philosophy in Petroleum Geoscience, Sadie Samsudar. Doctor of Philosophy in Project Management, Kevin Hassan Ali.
I now call on the Secretary of the UWI Alumni Association, Nikezi Paris to lead the graduates in reciting the alumni pledge.
Good afternoon, graduates. Congratulations on your achievement and welcome to the UWI Alumni Fraternity. Today, you are officially a UE graduate, a proud UWI alumnus. Each one of you accomplished your academic goals in the midst of a global pandemic. The tools and resources received at the UWI will allow you to serve your community, country, region, and reach beyond borders. The lessons, friendships, and experiences you have gained from this institution will direct your path for the rest of your life. There's an African proverb that goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Network is power, but only if you harness that power. The UWI Alumni Fraternity is a family. It is a far-reaching network that is at your disposal. Therefore, make use of this opportunity to continue to build your UWI legacy and be a UE game changer while giving back to your alma mater. I urge you to continue to look towards the future with hope, patience, purpose, and passion. I now invite you to please stand, turn to page 95 in your booklets, and repeat the UWI Alumni Pledge after me. As a graduate of the University of the West Indies, I commit myself to uphold the ideals and goals of my alma mater. My conduct and voice shall reflect the commitment of excellence of the light rising from the west. As I fulfill my social and professional responsibilities and serve my community and region, I will strive to ensure the UWI's place as a Caribbean icon, the catalyst for Caribbean development and leadership. It is a legacy that I will proudly help build for future generations. The UWI, first in our hearts and first in our region. Thank you. Please remain standing.
We're now going to sing the university song. It's on page 96 of your program, so if you'd like to open it to see the words. And I ask everyone, including our visitors, if they will stand and sing loudly with us.
From Caribbean islands, Guyana and Belize, was born a university of the West Indies, proud symbol of our oneness, our strength in unity. With vision clear, you came along to shape our destiny, to follow after knowledge the truth to seek and find, to teach us love and justice, to liberate the mind. Today we see you rising, a light out of the west, that guides the feet of all who seek the noblest and the best. There is a light that is rising from out of the west, and broad bearers of that light are we. So we follow those whose work has brought glory to your name, making a better world for you and for me. As from your noble portals, your sons and daughters go to face a world of challenges, to conquer every foe. We'll work and play together, and as time marches on, we'll never forget the lesson that the whole are we are one. UWI, we praise you, we lift our voice in song, we let our big drums roll loud and steep as they along. For you have shaped our lives so that we can truly say, to you we owe our gratitude, a debt we can't repay. There is a light that is rising from out of the west, and broad bearers of that light are we. So we follow those whose work has brought glory to your name, making a better world for you and for me. This is our university of the West Indies.
Could I ask the class of 2023 to remain standing and everyone else sit? We're going to take a class photograph, which you will look back at in 20 years' time in amazement.
So, to the graduating class of 2023, I'm going to count to 3. And when I do, I would like you to raise your canisters up high and wave them for all to see. The friends and family in the stands, you can feel free to join in. We'd love to have you. On the count of 3, those canisters must go high and wave them because we have a beautiful moment we want to capture. So here, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Wave them high. Big smiles, wave them. Family and friends in the stands, let's join them. Create a moment here, memorable moment. Big smiles. Congratulations to all.
This brings us to the end of our graduation ceremony, but before we close it, I think it is, all of you all will agree that you didn't get here today by yourself. And as the valedictorian said, he spoke to his mother, and I'm sure each and every one of you would want to show those in the hall here, your family, your friends, your well-wishers, how much they mean to you. Show them some love. This brings to a close the public ceremony by which the University of the West Indies has signaled the award of degrees, diplomas, and certificates to its graduates. The company will now disperse, but not before permitting me and the procession to leave. Thank you. You now have the education you need. This is your time, your place. Have a great life.